I designed this book to be very bold and very eye-catching with a lot of color. And I put the statement on the front, dream and color, to really capture the essence of the journal. And it's a little bit bohemian in places. I made this boho bead on the side here with a couple of belly dancer coins, and that's just attached to the spine for a little bit of a dangle. The focal point is this exotic looking woman with a snake, and she's on a little copper ring with green velvet and some red lace, and that's a little bit of a lace table covering. Underneath on the very base is one of my art prints that I laminated, and it's all sewn and sort of distressed. Uh, the closure is sari silk with this lovely hook. It's not a very large book. It's 5 by 7. You can see it's the size of my hand. So it's not very big, you know, this way, but it's very, very stuffed with a lot of stuff. It hardly closes, as you can see. So therefore we needed this closure here. It's very decorative, sort of pretty silver closure. These up here are scraps of handmade felt from back in my felting days. So on the first page, we have a place for them to write their name and maybe the year so they can look back on their frame of mind from, this time frame. Journaling about happy things on the first page with that pretty sun stamp. This is parchment paper, which you can definitely write on with a pen, and the prompt that says, "Why are you here right now?" which is kind of a big question. And some decorative paper, and that is glued down, is from an Amazon gift bag from a couple of Christmases ago. And there's a shiny bag here with some sort of watercolor floral stamps. And inside the prompt says, "A description of my lifestyle." And the paper, when you see papers like this in the book, it's my hand-dyed papers, which I do specifically for journals. There's my favorite stamp of a tree. I just love her. She's so pretty. And in here is a blank journaling card. There are plenty of blank spaces for people to write without having the prompts. I do put the prompts in because people sometimes have a hard time thinking about what they should write about, so that helps. This is a package from Incense. And this side pocket is just a card with some floral, little blank card, and these are some pre-made ones you can get at craft stores, but I did write my own and print them out so that I could have, a customized selection of prompts. This is my story, so that's got quite a few pages in there on some rice paper. This lovely lady, there's a lot of this sort of art style in the book. I think they're very exotic. And I do feel like the book would be owned by a free spirit sort of person, so I think that was appropriate. This dress from a magazine. No, it was from a catalog. Some sheet music and some tissue paper. And inside is a little bitty envelope. It's got a little piece of paper in that says, "The best part." And on this side, here's the other half of that bag. And the prompt says, "My most vivid childhood memory," with some embellishment here. Oops, missed a page. Some little, inspirational quote or something that you might like to write in there. Same here with the blanks. This says "feeling," with lots of different little snippets. Make it happen. And this is a place to maybe put the subject or the title of whatever you want to write on that page. got the cute little bead dangle here. That is a napkin that I really like to put in my journals. And this is from an old dress, a skirt that I had, which I thought was kind of neat and Bohemian style. On the bottom, that has another little dangle with a sun moon stamp. And on the inside, it says, "Oh, happy day." And it's got a little place to write a note if you like. This says best or worst birthday. Hopefully they will pick the best birthday to write about. And here is, on this whole little side pocket, is another fabric bead with some fringes there. And a book I have that has like a lot of little, I guess, little icons or little tiny graphics. Inside of this pocket is a perfect day. That's got a little paper clip with a dangle on it. Oops, sorry about that. And I think it has a couple of more little papers in there to journal on. Here's another one of these lovely ladies. So even though there are a lot of blank spaces, I think once you get writing about certain topics, maybe you'll be able to fill those in. A lot of people can't think of what to write about, so I think the prompts are very helpful in that way. This is a piece of wrapping paper. And oops, 6 words that describe me. And these are punch outs of speech bubbles. So it's got a little bit of a dangly thread here. So they can write their 6 words. This pocket has a little booklet for your bucket list. This is just merely decorative. It's a tag that has been just altered with some fabric and bits. It's sort of a fairy tale princess here, but not too cutesy. As you can see, I really did avoid things like, pink ruffles and butterflies and lace. It's just more for, bold, I guess, jewel tones. And here's a book, just ramblings, and it's got 2 more beads on some sari ribbon and some blank pages inside. This belly band is sort of a, I don't know, I wouldn't call it paisley, maybe a Zentangle doodle on there. This is a paper button. See the shine, and that's all glossed up with diamond glaze. This is a very kind of a hard pocket to get into, so I can write a very serious secret in there if they want to. A couple of little booklets and another one of Our Ladies. I like this person. I don't know what the deal is here, but I just think it's very mystical and very pretty. And let's see, in this prompt we have, this is just a blank tag that goes in here, but there's no prompt on it, but I feel like they could write their own topic if they wanted to. Cute little bird cage. Some stamping there, and some fabric from my stash, and a little bit of shiny tulle. And in here, it has, let's see, the best advice I ever received. See, on this side, I'm thankful for, and best sad movie, and just some various little bits and bobs to write on. Over here, you might recognize the famous Starbucks mermaid. And this paper doesn't have anything to write on. It's just for decorative purposes. A couple of blank tags here and here, and a very decorative tag here, Wander. And the back of that can be written on. The green portion here is silk that I got from someone years and years ago, and I just love that pattern on it. It's so delicate. Little bitty tiny tuck spot for this little postcard replica. This was from a Christmas decoration, believe it or not, from Pier 1 Imports. So shiny and pretty, a little bit of lace and shininess here. This background page is from a children's book, but it wasn't, it wasn't all kid book colors like, you know what I mean. Observations, best trip ever, favorite songs on music sheet paper. So now I think you'll notice by now that everything is very much a positive prompts, nothing that, asks you for your pet peeves or your things that make you angry. Um, I wanted this book to be something that would emphasize the good portions of a life. And I know that, there are all kinds of days in life, and I just thought, well, write about the good ones, and maybe you look back on it and think, oh, yeah, I do have that to be thankful for, to remember. And, even if you don't necessarily feel that way, maybe this book would prompt you to maybe emphasize or really focus on positive things in your life. And this is a double-sided tag. It's very, very eclectic. And inside, some papers to write on. And here's the other half of that cool kids book. And what I meant was like not, I don't know, kiddie colors. It's just, darker, more saturated colors. An elephant, beautiful elephant stencil I have. Lots of different mismatched fabrics and papers and, ribbons. This tag, just one simple thought, if you like. Does this one have something on it? Hello, beautiful, it says. And then, yes, it's a fortune cookie. Fortune, open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind. And this one is my favorite thing that happened yesterday, which that could be quite interesting if you think about what happened yesterday, and maybe it was something mundane, but you could write about it anyway. A little vellum pocket with some blanks here, and this page opens up all the way here to write about the people in my life. That's there, and sort of a, what do you call those? A henna hand with some blank space here to write, and one last little decorative card. And of course, the matching paper on the end here with my information on how to contact me for purchases. And let's see, the book closes this way. And the last thing is this little, it's actually a paper clip that's been embellished, and one more little bell on it, or a little bit of a jingle. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the Dream in Color Junk Journal.